you found like Hyrox, presumably just like from being in that sort of community, it was it. And then were you naturally good at it from the get go?
I remember somebody showing me a YouTube video of Hyrox, and I was like, "What is this?" But I was really entertained. Like I loved the look of it, and I knew I was a pretty good runner without actually putting too much time into it. So I knew I had to sign up, and I remember signing up for a race right away as soon as I saw it. It was probably like 4 months out, and I just started adding a little bit of zone two runs. I wasn't doing any like threshold work. I didn't even know what that was, to be honest, at the time. I was just doing maybe 2 to 3 easy runs on top of my CrossFit training. And then I showed up in Chicago and I ran a 102.24 pro, I believe it was.
Okay, okay. But you've been hooked since. Is that like the first
Yeah.
one, and then you're all in?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I trained a little bit more CrossFit because I had Wadapalooza coming up right after that. But then after that, it was just all in with High Rocks.
Okay, okay. And I saw you done a post recently. I think it was like at the end of the year that sort of showed your progress over 2025, which is quite significant,
Hmm.
really. Like you went from Vegas, which was pretty much 102, down
Yeah.
to like 54, 55 recently in the Elite 15. I said that's like,
Hmm.
7 minute progress over the course of a year, which is pretty impressive. Like, do you put that down to just like being all in, like the specificity of the training, or one or two things in particular?
Yeah, I think it is a couple of things. I mean, I knew my potential in the sport when I came in, and I was already pretty fit based on all the CrossFit I had done. Like the stations were not really a challenge for me coming in. So I think I had that advantage. Like all really had to do was dial in my running and get that to a point that I could really put up some better times. So yeah, obviously going all in, I've set my life up pretty good so that I can like sleep well. I have a lot of time to recover between sessions, and I do have the benefit of that. But yeah, I just think with all the CrossFit training that I did before, and then dialing in that running and working with a coach was super helpful, and it's paid off.
Mhm. Uh, I sort of just touched on it, but you raced in your debut Elite 15 race recently in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Finished in sixth as well, like really impressive performance. Were you were you happy with that? It was 14 seconds off of qualifying as well. So were you happy with that race?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like sixth place, I can't really ask for more on my first race. However, um, there's parts of the race that I honestly I felt horrible that whole race. I just felt like the whole thing was a grind right from the start. And I've had races like this before. I feel like sometimes you can get into that flow state where things just feel smooth, and sometimes things just feel really hard. And that's what Melbourne felt like for me. The only part I was upset about was the lunges. I'm usually like a monster on the lunges. I can usually rip off a 220 lunges, no problem. But in Melbourne, they felt the pay. We were joking with Matt Locke after the event that he filled up the sandbags too heavy. They felt heavy. I don't know. I couldn't lunge. It was a spot where I actually ended up losing time on some of my competitors, and that's usually never the case. I was still able to go unbroken on the wall balls, which was incredible. I was able to make up some time there, but that 14 seconds, I look at the lunges and I'm like, that should have been made up there.
You do you think like jet lag played a part in you not feeling as good as you want?
Um, yeah, maybe. I felt like I transitioned pretty good. I had some good workouts leading into the race. Like I was there early and whatnot. So yeah, who knows? I mean, it can. There's so many things that go into it, right? Hydration,
Yeah,
nutrition. Like if it's just not all dialed in, you're just not gonna feel. You're gonna feel it.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was brilliant performance anyway.
Thank you.
How did you find the Elite 15 experience overall? Like that was your debut, obviously. Did you enjoy it?
I loved every second of it. The athletes were very nice. Like a couple of the guys, Jake Dearden and them invited me out to the track. We had a great track workout. I really appreciated that. Just chatting and shooting around with everybody. It was so great. The media day, like you kind of yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of.
Nice, nice. Uh, and then the next day, I think it was the next day or the day after, you you broke the mixed doubles world record. Again, an incredible time. Do you know off the top of your head what it is? 49 something.
49-13. Yeah,
Yeah,
13. Yeah.
with Molly Fikaris. Amazing. Did you think that was possible before doing it?
So I didn't really know Molly before the weekend, obviously. She reached out to me and said her partner Tom Rogers was hurt and she was looking for somebody to fill in. I almost said no. I was really close to saying no because we were actually going to leave Melbourne after my solo race and go up the coast a little bit and travel more. But I was like, you know what? We're going this far. I might as well hit another race. And I had no idea how fit Molly was. But then I watched her do her pro doubles, or elite 15 doubles. And I was like, wow, this girl can run. Like she was flying out there. So at that point, I was like, we could put up a serious time here. And I know that we can hang with Hunter and Joanna. And we got out there and I just got into that flow state. I think both of us did. And we just felt incredible. Like right from the start, I was like, this it's on. And I was just not letting Hunter out of my sights.
Had you discussed tactics much before? Like, if you didn't really know Molly much, like, had you discussed tactics of like how you approach the stations and things like that, or not so much?
We about 10 minutes before the race, we kind of talked about like who would start and whatnot, but we communicated out there. I let her lead on the runs just to make sure that I wasn't gonna overpace her or anything like that. So but she was hammering the run. She was flying out of the rock zones. And yeah, we just kind of communicated and just feel like we worked really well together.
Okay, amazing. I must say, I think I said this to you in Melbourne, but like, I keep track of all the world records in Hyrox, and I think there's some that are ready to be taken and some that I always thought would be safe for a long, long time. And I must admit, I thought that mixed doubles record was safe for a while. So the fact you smashed it was like super impressive. And I must admit, I thought if anyone was going to do it, it might have been Hunter and Joanna on that day. But yeah,
Yeah.
amazing performance. Loved it. I was in that wave as well, actually, but miles behind you guys.